What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to some more Star Citizen. This time we're going to be taking a look at the brand new ship in the game as of Alpha 3.15. It's in the PTU right now, but it's going to be coming out once the live version of this comes out. We're going to be taking a look at the 400i. This is the Origin 400i. This is a mix between the Origin 600 and the Origin 300 series. So obviously this is a luxury type of vehicle. That's what it's set up as. The Origin itself is meant to be less thrills, more luxury, right? So what you're going to be getting with this ship, obviously an inside, it's comparable, say, at least the game is setting itself up to be comparable to the Connie series. And for those of you that don't know, the Constellation series. When it comes to firepower, though, Connie is still going to be king. When it comes to cargo, I believe Connie is still king. This is more of your exploration type of ship. However, it's also just very beautiful to look at. You know, this is a ship that you're going to want to take if you want to cruise the verse in style. There are two turrets. They're remote turrets, and they can be controlled by two other individuals beside yourself. You also have two pilot weapons, which are both size 3 to begin with. However, I believe they can go fixed to size 4, so either you want gimbaled size 3s or two fixed size 4s. The remote turrets, I believe, are just size 2s, if I'm not mistaken. But if I am mistaken, please, anyone could correct me in that. I didn't have a lot of time with the ship. I want to give a big shout out to Bruh Moments 26 for allowing me to borrow his ship for just a few moments so that I can actually take a look at it. This is the first time I'm actually getting a chance to try it in game. I'm debating if I want to upgrade to this or not. The ship it's definitely a little sluggish. It's more of like a boat. It doesn't turn as fast as you want. You're going to need to use your afterburners or any of that kind of stuff to kind of maneuver around the ship a little bit, or when you're trying to get from one place to a location. So, but I do believe that they did say something that it's not working as intended as far as the movement and how fast it can be. So what they said when they announced the ship was that it is supposed to be faster than the Connie series, but I guess we're going to find out if that's the case. So we're going to do a little tour here. Right now we're currently in the bathroom, so you can see that we're just kind of taking a look at all of the obviously I just love the way these building blocks are being set up, the way the switches work and everything like that. I really do hope that they go back and do passes on older ships that just do not have this type of level of functionality, which I think will really kind of bring those older ships into the so-called modern era of what Star Citizen is now, because it is completely different than what it was 5 or 6 years ago when some of those ships were being put out, in the alpha state or whatnot, or in the hangar or whatever. So obviously a lot of ships can be upgraded to this new look, and I hopefully that they finally get the chance to do so. So there's not only do you have a crew quarters section that you can go in with the crew, there's a lot of storage that can be had in these compartments as well. So a total of, from what I'm seeing, a total of 2 crew can sleep in these specific beds here. Then you also have a captain. So I'm not sure if it's a 3-person crew, or it could be technically a 4-person crew, or it could be a 5-person crew. The only reason I say this is because 3 people could be on the ship piloting and doing the remote turrets and engineering and all that kind of stuff. 2 other people, or technically 3 people, could be, well, unless you're the captain, unless you just keep the captaincy. What I'm trying to say is that it's not really a big ship to warrant having more than 4 or 5 crewmates on this adventure, but it's still one of those ships that you are going to be able to go around the verse and like kind of have a really, really good time with. Again, this is the PTU that I'm showing off, so you guys are seeing some really cool stuff. First of all, the UI has changed. The drop shadow that they've added really makes it a lot easier to see things that you normally wouldn't be able to see. A lot of times the text can kind of blend into the planet or blend into the background, but now that they've added drop shadow, just that tiny little thing just makes that text really pop out on screen, and I really do like that. So there's a bar area. You're also going to have a table for people to eat and whatnot. Eventually, we don't know the full extent of how all of this gameplay is going to play out, and I don't want to rush in and say this is how it's going to be when things are going to be subject to change all over the place. But it would be really cool if there was a reason to have all of this in there, and that it's not just eye candy, right? Like, if you're going to have a kitchen, allow me to be able to make something in the kitchen. If you're going to have a table, Give me a reason to sit down. Maybe this is where you do your briefings for the missions that you have coming up that you've selected or something. Give me reasons to actually use these things in the environment. I think that'll really sell this entire thing. So what you saw earlier was like kind of a holographic table there with the system. Eventually that's going to play into, you're going to be able to check it out and view the system and all the stuff inside it. So there's ladders that you can take if you want to go up fast, or you can take the elevator. The elevator is actually, to my surprise, very, very quick. Obviously it's a lot quicker than what you see right here, but normally when you click it, it immediately goes down and immediately goes up. I think that was just a PTU problem, maybe a server desync or something similar to that. So I'm just really, really enjoying the look. As you can see here, this is the cargo area. You're going to be able to get a ship in here. I mean, I'm not sure 100%. I didn't have enough time to really test all the different ships that you could probably put in the vehicles. But I would assume, obviously, you can get a gray cat in here. Probably a cyclone in there. You know, it looks like it would be very, very close to getting a rover. I'm not 100% sure. You could get, you know, obviously a bike if that's what you want. This ship is meant to come with Origin's line of vehicles, but those are not out yet, so therefore we don't really, you know exactly what's going to be able to future-wise vehicles, what's going to be able to fit in here. But as you can see, it's not necessarily as wide as what the Connie is, so it's hard to say if a rover is going to be able to fit in there. I don't know. Just by looking at it, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Please, if someone has it and they've tried it, let me know in the comments below, because I'd really like to know what vehicles can actually fit in this ship. Obviously, that's the purpose of this ship, is to have some type of ground vehicle with you, so when you go on and do missions, you have a means of landing on your planet and then getting out and then exploring in a vehicle. There is another area that you're going to be able to see coming up. That is where you can actually put your Origin specific bike on, and it kind of comes down from the outside of the ship. However, because I'm borrowing this ship and the ship is technically not unlocked for me, I couldn't, and I forgot to unlock it because I was kind of in a hurry to bring this video out to you guys, or I didn't know. I didn't want to take too much of this guy's time, just because he was so nice enough to allow me to take a look at the ship. But you've pretty much seen all inside the ship now. There's a docking collar there, and you have storage for weapons and other items all along these racks here, and then the stairs. And then once you go down, you'll be able to see straight ahead. Once we go to the outside, that is where you're going to be able to store your bike. It'll come down from that like long looking stretch. There'll be this like little thing that comes down. However, you're not going to see it here. But let's take a look at third person so you guys can just see the sense of scale as far as how big the ship is. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, because it is an in-between 3 and 600. Obviously, the 600i is like not humongous, but there's a lot of space on the 600i, and there's just little space in the 300. So I was surprised to see how much space you actually get for the 400. I mean, maybe there were some iterations where it looked a little different and it could have been bigger or smaller, but I think this is the right size for what its purpose is, and it's pretty cool. So there's 2 buttons here. One of them is going to bring up and down the stairs. The other one is going to take down that little bike area where you can store the bike. However, none of them work right now because I forgot to unlock it. But other than that, we're just outside of Hurston, and I wanted to make sure I got a chance to show this off to all of you. You know, I'm a huge Star Citizen fan, and I love the ships that they're coming out with, and I feel like they're getting better and better at designing these ships, making them really cool. And I really get a sense of the Mandalorian when I look at this ship, and I think a lot of people are going to get that same sense. They have different paints that have different schemes, so if you want to go for a more darker look, which definitely feels more like Mandalorian than the straight up white look here. Obviously, Origin is always known to be a clean look, but they do have paints that allow it to be a little bit more gritty. If that's your style, again, it's completely up to you. So there's a tour of the ship. I really do hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I mean, I know it's, like I said, it's not that big of a ship, but there's a lot of really cool things and aspects inside the ship to kind of take a look at and enjoy. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know, did you get this? Are you wanting to get it? Are you on the fence? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and of course click the bell for notifications on when new videos are coming out. Make sure you use my referral code WIN getting the game. It's going to help you out, give you a few extra credits, and it also helps the channel. Other than that, love you all. Take care of yourself, and of course, I will see you on the next video. Peace out. Bitch.